What's good, YouTube? It's your boy steelez. It's another edition of Kicks with Soul, where the slogan is, every shoe is just a shoe to you. Put your soul into it. And today, it is August the 18th, Monday, and this weekend was a good weekend for the sneaker game. If you liked a couple different variety of sneakers, it was a different couple variety of sneakers dropping. We had the Awake 5s, 2 different colorways dropping. We had the Adidas Jellyfish, which was a cool looking shoe, but it was $300. The raffles for those guys came out. We had the Jordan 12 French Blues, which was a banger. Those joints came out this weekend. And right here we got the Nigel Jordan 1 Low, Better with Time. So let's get into this. The box is a simple Jordan 1 Low box, but it does have some kind of like, not even gonna say a drawing, let's just say just got bike. So it's like a Travis Scott special cream box with, you know, the Nike OG, but on the top you do have bike. And I'm trying to look, you do have some kind of vintage look to it at here. I did see some kind of, it's like a little stain, if you can catch on to it. But of course you got Nike on the side, bike at the front, replacing Nike, that's for Nigel. And of course, you got that OG Nike box. Label reads, Air Jordan 1 Retro Low, OG Nitro, Black Muslin Varsity Red, size 12, that's my size. And let's get this thing one time on the sole spin. And let's pop the top, man. Oh, got my receipt right here. On the inside of the top, we do have a drawing that was actually created by Nigel himself, which I thought was pretty cool. Nice little detail right there. Got the Nike check on the top. And we do have some laces. So we have a black pair of laces that comes with it. And also we have the varsity red pair of laces that comes with it. And we'll see what we're going to do with the laces when we take it out and get them a good look at it. Regular paper, nothing special. But you know what we here for, y'all. You know what we here for. You know what we here for. Let's take these out. Let's take these out. Let's put them on the sole table for you guys. Take a little spin. Oh, that is a pretty shoe. That's a pretty shoe. We're going to get into this and I'll tell you a little bit why I like the shoe. So, of course, when you take a look at the shoe, it actually does look like it's been worn down, but not too much. Ain't like it's like super crazy, but as you see, we got a nice little scuff in the front, which I think they did a good job because this leather is very premium. You got a scuff on the back. Trying to see all the scuffs I got. Okay, so you got 2 scuffs in the back and you got a scuff in the front right there on that one. Let's see what we got going on right here. You also got those same 2 scuffs on the back. Got a nice little side little scuff right there, and actually got a scuff on the top. Scuff on this one. This one is actually just a little scuffed up a little more, and it does give a little texture change a little bit, but I think it's like actually in to the leather, you know what I'm saying? I don't think they finished the leather, well, they might have finished it and then did these to it because there's a little changing. But so let's get on to the texture of this leather. This leather right here is great. Great. What you expect when you get with a collab Jordan 1, because Travis Scott's was actually good leather as well. It reminds me of a Travis Scott if you honestly look at it. You know, they both with Jordan, and the she right, you got the OG shape, OG cut for the the 85 OG cut for the Jordan 1 Low, and I like it. And on this outside, which I just caught on, it's actually like a material. It does have some kind of texture to it, but it's actually just flat. And on this side is a regular standard Nike stitched in, you know what I'm saying? Just a regular leather double stitching. And over here you got it kind of like before it was stitched in. So without the stitching actually in it, it's like they placed it and they got like another drawing or maybe had like the outline for it. I'm not really sure what's the story between that. We got an all black, basically tumbled premium leather. Very nice leather, as I keep saying. It's very nice in hand. Very nice. And then you got, of course, the muslin Nike check. the little baby swoosh right there. Then you got the muslin Nike check. Aged midsole, which I think goes very well with this shoe. Varsity red gum bottom. I said gum bottom, no varsity red gum bottom, but varsity red bottom, y'all. And it does have that lost and found vintage look, as you see. Let's take a look on the tongue. On the tongue, it says Bike Air instead of Nike Air. And it's also in that muslin and varsity red. Got that OG tongue right there. Also comes with the lace. Lace that it comes with is like a cream cell. It's not the muslin, so it's not the same as that. So we're just gonna go with a cell, which that's probably the lace I'm gonna go with, most likely. Depends on the outfit, but most likely I'm gonna go with that lace right there. And on the inside, let's take these laces out. On the inside, sock liner, not sock liner. In the insole, we have, let me look. It's a nice little cushion. But in the inside, we got Bike Air on that one. And on the inside of this one, we do have a Nigel Sylvester, his name on that one. And on the inside of each shoe, you do have Jordan Biking Company, established in 2017. I believe that's when he signed with Jordan brand, and his first shoe was, which that OG High, I want to say, was in 2018. It also kind of is like the yin and the yang to this, because the OG High is basically the flip of this. Basically, it's just all muslin with a little bit of that red. I don't think it had too much black. Had the same kind of messed up markings on the shoe like this got, but it was a high. I actually like this low. I would have took it as a high as well, I'm not gonna lie. And now a little bit of reasons why I like this shoe. Couple reasons. Number one, we gotta be a little biased. Nigel is from New York. I'm a New Yorker myself, so just like Travis got Houston gonna hold him down, Cortez got overseas gonna hold him down, I already knew I was gonna come and hold my bro down. You know what I'm saying? Especially he with Jordan, and I'm a very big Jordan collector. You know what I'm saying? I do like Jordan, so it was a given and a given for that. Number two was all his shoes that I've been paying attention to. Like, I really didn't pay attention to the storyline in the first one. My regulation of really paying attention to who Nigel was and knowing that he was a biker and stuff like that was the Grandma Driveway and the Grandma's Couch RM. Now, those I do not have. I do like those. I wouldn't mind actually getting my hands on those. But that was, I did like that storyline, the box, the fact that he was able to come with a shoe that we never seen, and he introduced it with his little collab, and he had the storyline of the one of being his Grandma Driveway, that I want to say it was that gravel, that gray one. And then he had that Grandma's Couch one. And it was just always just cool storyline. If you know anything about me, I like my OGs. I like my Nike, my retro Nike 90s basketball, or any 90s basketball. It could be Adidas, it could be Reebok. But to have fun and be myself, I like dunks and I like storytelling. So that's the reason I like dunks, is because SBs always have some kind of story. So that's why I really truly like Nigel's collab. I can pretty much say I'm a fan now. I did watch a little bit of highlights. I wasn't too big on like the athlete of Nigel. I'm really familiar now. Even now, I'm not too big on his highlights. Like, I just watched it doing my research, but I'm really big on the Nigel, the celebrity, the character. I like he do pop-up shops. I like how he invests his time into his fans, like he do those annual bike rides. That's something I personally would love to do. Go out there and just ride with a bunch of different bikers and just ride the city. Think it's super dope. Another reason is also a nice hype shoe. You know what I mean? Like, so with that being said, me, the challenge of trying to get it, I got this for retail. So I like the challenge of where the sneaker game at now. We get a couple gems inside of a bunch of different releases, but inside of all these releases, you're gonna get a couple gems where you got to do your footwork. And if your footwork is going online and doing a bunch of raffles or doing an equal L, that's still footwork. That's a lot of footwork you're doing, a lot of time you're putting in. If it's going around calling different stores or driving around to a different city to get it, that's footwork. I like that. I just love that part of the game, you know what I'm saying? So when it comes to these or any other kind of hype shoe, if I can put the footwork in and get the shoe, I feel rewarded, you know? So that's another reason why I like this shoe. Of course, it was only 11 pairs, maybe 9 pairs. I know they stopped that. They had an 8 and they went at 14. I want to say it was a couple 10s and a couple 10.5. As they say, we only can get what they tell us. So APB had that. You know, they did the little raffle, but this time they did the raffle a little different, which I think is kind of cool. I actually like it, you know what I mean? Because in their way, they going to sell the shoes. So the way they do it is, it came out, they seen all them people outside. They was like, look, we only got 11 pairs. Everybody's going to get a raffle ticket. Everybody got a fair chance. So they went down the line, gave everybody a raffle ticket. He came out with a box in front of us. He shook it up. You know, I'm talking about he shook this thing up in front of everybody. Did everything in front of people. I respected that. Shook it up. He said, everybody stand over here. When I call your name, that's your spot in the line. Man, he got to calling names. I think he got to like 8 shoes, like 8 or 9 people. And I was the very last ticket. I'm like, yes. But then I'm like, I'm looking up there. I'm like, man, everybody ain't going to get their size, but everybody got a ticket. So that means pretty much everybody else left after that because like he said, it was only 11 pair of shoes, 9 pair of shoes, whatever. So he goes in. Now he's got the order of the line. Now he going by with his little with his little paper. He like, hey, what size you need? Man, I'm asking, I'm looking. I know nobody need the 12. So I'm like, I'm good, yo. I am good, yo. Man, one of the dude that had the 9s, I guess it was 2 9s or a 9.5 or whatever. The guy in front of him told him he wasn't going to go for it. He ended up snatching that 9. Dude getting mad. So when it's his turn, everybody else lined up the order they picking. Man, that man looked at me. He was like, let me get the 12, man. I said, oh, man. So now it's domino effect. Everybody getting their pairs. The little girl in front of me, she ended up getting that 14. And the guy got the 8. So, I mean, 8.5. So I ended up getting stuck with the 8. Let me tell you how God works. Like I said, I didn't spend nothing but retail on the shoe. I turned around. I was like, what I'm going to do with this 8, man? I can't. You know what I'm saying? I'm low-key trying to give it to them dudes, but they resellers. They want the 12 that dude got. So but the guy that was in front of me, he was like, man, my sister, she wanted that shoe. She just left. She was trying to do the raffle. I was like, I ain't pay attention to people. He was like, man, let me call her. He called her. She was like, man, F that. I'm a go. I'm like, shoot, what's GOAT price? He like, what's GOAT price? We looked up, it's $271. Then, you know, you got to put the tax on there, all that, boom, boom, boom. I'm like, you know what? Tell her to give me $250 right now. She was like, bet. She turned around, boom. She came through, she got him. So now I'm out of the shoe, but I didn't get the shoe I needed anyway. So I was just sitting there thinking like, it's not about the money. So I looked at old buddy, he over there trying to tell you, he trying to sell the shoe for $270 over there. So I'm just sitting there like, man, I just got the flip. I personally, you know what I mean, came here for the shoe. You know, I could have walked away with a good $200. Well, not $200. I paid $180 for the shoe, made $250. Nice little come up, you know what I mean? But instead, me wanting the shoe, know I came here for the shoe, I just went to old buddy, was like, look, man, I got $250 right now. I was not going to pay the resale, but since I just made that off of just getting this shoe, I might as well just give it all back and get the shoe I really came here to get in my size. So that was the crazy story. And I always have a crazy story when it comes down to those weird raffles, man, because it gets spooky down there when it's just 8 pairs of shoes and you're looking at the whole hour that you there waiting in line. You like, man, I'm counting at least 3 or 4 12. So you like, I can do 11.5, maybe. You know what I'm saying? Then I'm thinking, okay, maybe I'll get baby steelez these joints. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I got a couple sizes in my head that I'm like, okay, I could potentially work with. 8, I didn't think there's nothing I can do. Like, I was going to try. I was going to put it on trade block and tell somebody like, look, I got the 8 plus 50 or 60, whatever. Holla at me. You know what I mean? But it worked out my way. So welcome to the vote. And that's the whole review of the Jordan 1 Low Nigel Sylvester Better With Time. And I was actually happy that I was able to get this shoe because it might not be one of the super hype shoes this year. I don't think, especially with this weekend, awakes, them things took over. Like those things just, and I like them. You know what I mean? But when I seen my spot wasn't getting their hands on them, it's like that. I'm better in person guy. If you guys understand that, I'm better in person. Like when it comes to raffles, I've hit on, well, let me tell you the truth. I've hit on everything that's been widely available. So them black cements, the legends, and no, I got the Czech Challenger lavas last year. That was a quick strike. It's only like 6,500 pairs of them, and that was like the best light, the best one I got. You know what I mean? But this year, I think these two right here, man, these gonna make my top 10 hype shoes. I'm gonna have to do 2 top 10s because I don't think it's right, in my opinion, from what I picked up. And I'm not talking about anybody else. From my pickups, I picked up a lot of shoes. The hype gonna just kind of overtake the top 10, but I'm not gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? Because I got love and a lot of hype for my shoes that came out that I've been waiting on. There's a lot of them, even on white cements, them Dion's, like the whole pack. So I gotta put them in my top 10. This KickzWitSoul, you know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna do a top 10 for the hype, just to let people know that Steelz put that work in too. Do not get it messed up. I'm a chameleon in this sneaker game. Boy, I switch up. You want to talk the hype, we can talk some hype. But you gotta rock what you like. You know what I'm saying? Be true to yourself. And at least I'm being true to myself. I love my 90s sneakers. I love my storytelling. And I like having a couple hot bangers on my feet as well. You know what I'm saying? Just to be honest with you, you know. And that's going to be the story. That's going to be the end of the video for y'all right there. Please like, comment, subscribe. We trying to build this channel up, y'all. Trying to get it built up. I don't really stress that enough, but man, y'all look under that right there. You can see I'm still like at under 200. And I'm very grateful, and I'm just going to take it when the time coming. It doesn't discourage me because I did this thing called trying something before, you know. So I used to rap, I used to coach, and every time you really think like you about to get there and you feel something coming, usually that's when you stop. You got to keep going. You got to keep going. And I personally don't do this for the money. I really don't. You know what I'm saying? I've spent way more money and ain't got no money from nothing, from logo to getting all these shoes retail, but I'm doing it for the love, and I really do like getting in front of this camera and just chatting it up. I love watching y'all videos, learning, chatting it up, seeing what y'all like, peeping game, you know what I'm saying? So it's like barbershop talk to me almost. Like, I really do wish I could come up with more videos so I can just get in front of this camera and talk more with you guys. But for right now, it's just cops. You know what I'm saying? So right now, it's cops. Y'all can't keep a lookout for me with these sneaker battles and stuff, because I don't care. You know what I mean? It's all fun and games, you know. I do them sneaker battles, man. It's not about win or loss. To me, it's not. I think it's about getting out and showing what you got, and then showing your confidence and showing the love for your sneaker. You know what I mean? Because 20 shoes, you can't pull out 100 on me. You know what I mean? If you want, I think one battle I seen, it was 20, and they ain't even gonna ask all 20. It's just gonna get up to 20 shoes. So, oh yeah, with my mind and what we gonna probably go against. Come on, bro. I got 20. I got 20. Damn right I got 20 in the clip. You know what I'm saying? I think everybody should feel the same way if you got a lot of shoes. It don't matter what 20 you got. You got 20 if you feel like, hey, man, you never know, because the judges be the people watching. You know what I'm saying? Keep that in mind. I've seen people lose by throwing up that hype joints and somebody come through with just a regular Nike, old school Nike. You know, you be like, oh, wow. But y'all know the slogan. It's your boy Steelz, and this is another edition of KickzWitSoul, where the slogan is, every shoe is just a shoe to you. Put your soul into it, man. Which one y'all picking, dog? Of course, we gonna all pick the brick. We already know.